Yo, what's up guys, I'm Terius and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be doing a money making guide on Bakriminel Bolts Runs, so let's get started. First off, let's talk about Bloodwood trees. You can chop these trees to get Bloodwood logs, which are used to craft Bakriminel bolts. Bakriminel bolts are tier 99 bolts, which have special effects. They are by far the best bolts in the game, which is why there's always a high demand for them, especially now that range is the best combat style in the game. Fletching these bolts must be done right next to the tree, otherwise if you walk too far away, either the logs or the untipped bolts will disappear from your inventory. There are a total of 8 Bloodwood trees around Galanor, 3 of which are in the wilderness, and 5 more which are locked behind different requirements. These trees usually give a very few amount of logs, but this can be increased by using the right boosts. It's also worth mentioning that trees in the wilderness have a higher chance of giving you more Bloodwood logs. Once depleted, these trees are going to be gone from every world and they will respawn every 6 hours. This means you can do this method once every 6 hours or 4 times a day. The base requirements for this method are 85 woodcutting and 93 fletching. This is the only thing that's strictly required to do this method, but there are a few other things that you're going to need and we're going to go over them in a little bit. We're going to start with the wilderness trees since they don't have any extra requirements, and the first one is at the Pirate's Hideout. It's at about level 50 wilderness just southwest of the Mage Training Arena. Second one is also in deep wilderness near the Demonic Ruins. It is just southeast of the level 50 wilderness obelisk. The third and final tree in the wilderness is just next to the Chaos Temple. The first tree outside of the wilderness is in Manor Farm near Ardoin. To unlock this tree you're gonna need to have 225,000 farming reputation. Once you have enough reputation, Mami Ramba is gonna spawn in the patch next to the money tree patch in the farm. You can talk to her and go through her dialogue until you get the option to grow a Bloodwood tree. You only have to do this once and the tree will be there forever. The second location outside of the wilderness is inside the Soul Wars portal, and you can get this tree after Nomad's Requiem quest. Next up we have the tree in the Ritual Plateau, and for this one you need to complete Ritual of the Margaret. Next one is in Darkmere, and for this one you need to complete the branches of Darkmere. And the final one is in the Melee Resource Dungeon in Priptoness, and for this one you need 95 Dungeoneering and Plague's End. Now let's talk about the recommended items and stats. These are things that aren't required to do this method, but will increase the amount of bolts that you get every run. First off, we have 33 Summoning and a Beaver Familiar for the +2 invisible boost to woodcutting. You want to have completed the Wilderness Elite Diary so that you can use the free teleport on the sword to the Wilderness Agility course, and to be able to pick your destination at the Wilderness Obelisks. The Dungeoneering Skill Cape perk will allow you to teleport directly to the Melee Resource Dungeon, and the Ardoin Medium Diary will unlock the free teleport to the Manor Farm. The Nature Sentinel outfit will allow you to get double logs from the trees from time to time. The Supreme Lumberjack Aura will increase your chance of chopping wood by 10%. This is the highest tier Lumberjack Aura, but if you have a lower tier one, then bring that instead. Completing Sliska's Endgame will give you the Ring of Whispers, which adds a +3 invisible boost to woodcutting. And the Fletching Skill Capes perk allows you to get more bolts when fletching the logs. You can use the God Banner to boost your woodcutting by an extra 2 levels. 94 Invention for a portable fairy ring is useful to get to the Ritual Plateau tree, but using the Yanil Lodestone to get to the fairy ring will work just as well. Then we have Bladed Dive to help you navigate the trees faster, and the Persistent Rage Relic from Archaeology, which will allow you to keep your adrenaline at 100% whenever you're not in combat. This is useful while you're in the wilderness, so if you run into a PKer you can use Barricade and run away to safety. While cutting Bloodwood trees you're gonna want to use an Augmented Crystal Hatchet, and the best perks for this are Honed 6 and Refined 4. Honed increases the chance of successfully cutting the tree, while Refined decreases the chance of the tree depleting. Having a combination of both will ensure you get the max amount of logs per tree that you can. Since you have to fletch the bolts at the tree, you're gonna have to bring Bakriminel Bolt Tips with you. You can buy the bolt tip from Mami Ramba, located in Northwest Edgefield next to the King Black Dragon's lair. She sells them for 200 coins each, and you can also buy packs of 50. You can buy as many of these as you want, so if you plan on doing this method for a long period of time, you might as well stock up on them. Now for the loadout, let's look at the inventory first. Remember, you're going to be in the wilderness for a good part of the run, so you don't want to be risking too much. Starting from the top left, I have a wooden shield so I can use defensives if I run into a PKer, but you can bring any shield that you want. Next I have the Wilderness Sword 4 so I can teleport to the Wilderness Agility course, a portable fairy ring to get to the Ritual Plateau, a Dungeoneering Skill Cape to get to the Melee Resource Dungeon, a Ring of Respawn to teleport to Soul Wars, a Dragon's Medallion to get to Darkmere, 3500 Bakriminel Bolt Tips, which is overshooting it, but I don't like running out and having to go to a bank in the middle of a run, so I just bring more than I need. And finally, a Beaver Familiar, a God Banner, and a couple of pieces of food, just in case. For my gear, I have the full Nature Sentinel outfit, the Fletching Cape, my augmented crystal hatchet with the right perks, an Amulet of Glory so that I'm able to teleport out of the wilderness up to level 30 in case of emergencies, any melee offhand for bladed dive, and a Ring of Whispers. You don't have to bring all of this into the wilderness if you don't want to risk it, but it's important to get as many boosts as possible since most of your bolts are going to come from the wilderness trees. In the end, it's up to you if you want to risk for faster runs and more profit, or if you want to take it safe and make a little bit less money. There are two other boosts that work for Bloodwood trees. The first one are Bloodwood incense sticks, which provide a 2.5% chance to get double logs when cutting Bloodwood trees for every potency level. This caps at 10%. Overloading on these incense sticks is gonna get you a lot more logs, but for the current price of the sticks right now, it's not worth it to use them. I'd recommend you check the price of these before doing it yourself, so that you can decide if it's worth it to use them or not. The Overgrown Idol boost also works at Bloodwood trees, but it takes too long to get to be worth it. Only use this boost if for some reason you're already cutting Overgrown Idols. Alright, it's time to take a look at the run itself. I like to start at War's Retreat so I can go to the crystal and get to 100% Adren. The beginning of the run is also a good time to use your daily evil tree from your Nature Sentinel outfit. This has nothing to do with Bakriminel Bolts, but it's a good free woodcutting XP. From War's Retreat, you're gonna use your Lodestone teleport to the wilderness. From the Wilderness Lodestone, you're gonna run southeast to the obelisk and select the destination to level 50 Wilderness. Once at level 50 Wilderness, you're gonna run southeast again, go through the door, and make it to your first tree. While you're running to your first tree, you're gonna summon your Beaver Familiar, use your God Banner for the woodcutting boost, and turn your aura on. At this point, you just wanna chop at the tree until it depletes. I like making the bolts 10 or 15 at a time, so in case I see a PKer, I can log out and not lose all of them. Once the tree depletes, you're gonna fletch and tip the rest of the bolts and move over to the next one. To get to the second tree, you're gonna go back to the obelisk and choose your destination again, this time selecting level 18 Wilderness. From here, you're gonna run southeast to the Chaos Temple and go to the next tree. There's usually a few players here, but they're just training prayers, so there's nothing to worry about. And there is a bank here as well, so if you want to be safe, you could bring less tips for the first tree and then get the rest here. Once this tree depletes and you fletch all of your bolts, you're going to use your Wilderness Sword Fort to teleport to the Wilderness Agility course. From here, you're going to run directly east to tree number 3. If you run into a PKer here and you can't log out, a good tip is to go to the Wilderness Agility course and go through the obstacles until you go out of combat and then log out. From here, you're going to go northeast into the entrance for the Mage Training Arena. You're going to slash through both webs and then use the lever. This is going to put you in the Mage Training Arena lobby, which is out of the wilderness, so you can teleport freely to other places. From here, you're going to use your teleport to Manor Farm to get to the next tree. If you don't have the Ardoin Medium task complete, you can use the Ardoin Lodestone instead. At this point, you can unequip your shield and equip your offhand melee weapon so that you can use Bladed Dive. You're now risk-free, so there's no need to fletch your bolts 10 or 15 at a time. You can just go until your inventory fills with logs and then just fletch them all and tip them all at the end. From here, you're going to use your portable fair ring to the code DKQ into the Glacier Cave. If you don't have a portable fair ring, you can use the Lodestone, then run north and use the fair ring there. At the Glacier Cave, you're going to run north to exit the cave and then west to the Bloodwood tree. From here, you're going to use your Ring of Respawn into the Soul Wars lobby. As you can see here, I got distracted and teleported out before tipping my bolts. This means on this run I lost profit on 310 bolts that I could have gotten, but I did add them at the price check at the end just to be accurate. Anyway, from here you're going to use your Draken's Medallion to go to Darkmere, and the tree is right outside of the teleport spot. This tree is a bit annoying because you can get attacked by buyers. They won't interrupt your cutting, but they will drain your health, so you can just pray magic or run around the tree to get them stuck on the other side. After your tree depletes, you're going to activate your Dungeoneering Cape and hit 001 in order to get to the melee research dungeon. This is the final tree, and once it depletes, you're done with the run. It's time for the price check, and this run took a little bit less than 25 minutes, and we made about 10.4 mil. This is after adding in the 310 bolts that I lost due to teleporting away. You can also tip and enchant your bolts for more profit, but we'll save that method for another video. As you can see, this other run I made about 10 mil, which seems to be the average, but you can get over 3,000 bolts in one run, which would grant you about 12 mil. Anyways guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. You can also click on screen now to go to my channel, a random video that YouTube will select for you, and my Road to Golden Reaper playlist, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!